Our founders intended to create a garden of government to grow the seeds of liberty, justice, and societal happiness. No doubt they did not expect the work of the garden would be easy. Certainly they did not expect that the greedy would take all the water to grow their own gardens. Weeds have overtaken America's justice system to the point where it is now dead. Originally, America's court system was based on the model of two adversaries presenting their best arguments before a neutral judge. The basic assumption of this model was that when both sides presented their best arguments, a neutral judge could determine who was right. But in the American empire, this system is a farce.
But that sale was basically unlawful because they had no proof of standing. They just came in. They never provided an affidavit to the court. I understand that they have to have an affidavit in the court saying all their paperwork is correct and that they have the right to foreclose.
Generally, only one side, that side which can afford an advocate, is represented. The judge is not expected to find the truth, only to listen to the advocate, who does what he is told to do by those who pay him. And then the judge's rule often becomes precedent.
And they say, well, this is up for auction. I mean, I can't be up for auction. I've been paying every month. And that's how the story has come about. From that point on, I've been fighting the eviction.
Now, Lucas says he filed for a loan modification with Aurora Bank.
Think about how different this is from how justice was handled in biblical times. When Solomon was presented with the question of who birthed the baby, he made a real effort to find out. Far too often, it seems the courts of the empire have no concern with justice at all. Like the weeds in the garden, corrupt judges must be rooted out of our soils if we ever expect our garden of government to ever bear fruit for the people and justice again.
Ow!
Our founding fathers were well aware of the distinction between equity and law, but the one real check they put on the court system and on the entire government was the jury, because when you realize that the president, the executive branch, and the legislature, Congress, the legislative branch, go together and enact a law, it is the courts that get to say whether or not that law is consistent with the Constitution. And we forget that the court system was not intended to be the last check, or to the extent it was, the jury was intended to be the last check on the judicial department. The first step in gardening is to assess what will grow best in the garden we intend to create. Next, the soil must be made ready to plant the selected seeds. Then the chosen seeds must be carefully planted and nurtured. Weeding is necessary all along the way to ensure the intended growth of the garden occurs.